आकांक्षा योग्यता सन्निधिश्च वाक्यार्थ ज्ञान हेतु. You see, when I say pada samuha vakyam, is a collection of padas, words. It's a formal definition. I am referring to the form. Pada, when Panini says suptingantam padam, so subanta and tinganta, he refers to the form, not to the meaning. But the Nyaya Shastra is Artha Shastra. He is more interested in the meaning. Therefore, the pada has been defined not in terms of rupa, but in terms of artha. Are you getting? So, Subantan, Timanta, this is a formal definition. And Shaktam Padam is a semantic definition. So, this Shastra is interested with the meaning. And so you find the difference. Similarly, when you define Vakya, simply saying Pada Samuha Vakyam gives you form. There are so many padas, it doesn't talk about meaning. But we are interested in what? We are interested in decoding, no? Shabda Pramana. What is the Pramana? Pramana is a process. So after hearing the sentence, the activity begins in the hearer. The process begins in the hearer or the reader, reading the reader. So he has to decode it. So meaning is more important for the Nyaya. After decoding the pada, he should get artha. And pada samuha should result into vakyartha jnana. So, pada samuha. Vakyam. So say Ramaha Pachati. It is a pada samuha, you know, sir. So this is a pada, this is a pada, this is pada, this is pada in Nyaya. Why they are pada? Because they are all meaningful. Pada. And a collection of them is called a Vakya. Is that enough? Is that information enough to decode a sentence? Sentence has, what is a sentence? Now you know. Sentence is encoded cognition. So sentence, before that, what has it encoded? Jnana. In jnana there is a Vishaya. Vishaya is what? The world. I say there is a pen on the table. There is a pen on the table. I say a sentence. What does it mean? It stands for a knowledge, no? My perception. And in that, so I say, there is a pen on the table. What does this mean? I have seen this reality, this yathartha. You see, there is a pen, there is a table, and there is a relationship, contact between pen and table. This is dharma, this is dharmi, and a sambandha. This has been encoded in this. There is a pen on the table. So this knowledge has been transformed into this Vakya. So after decoding, I should go back to this. So the listener will go back to this. That was the desire of the speaker. You're asking, where is the pain? The pain is on the table. Okay, now it is in front of you. I say, where is this book? The book is in the library. Now you cannot see from here. But what is the fact? The book is there is a library, and in that library there is a book. So always the fact will be the content of the knowledge, and that knowledge will be verbalized, and then what will come out? A sentence will come out. The job of the speaker is over. Now the hearer or the listener will decode it, and after decoding he should understand the same fact, no? And then only there will be samvada. Otherwise there will be samvada. This is the idea. So from sentence I will begin, and up to understanding I will come. So if I am encoding this, let us say this is encoded. So before there is some person called Rama. He is singular, number one. He is doing the act of cooking. This is the fact. This fact emerged from this sentence after decoding. So I will say Rama gives, this Rama stands for a person, Ramatva Vishishta, Rama. This is the meaning of this Rama. A person called Rama. Why do you call him Rama? Because of Ramatva. So Ramatva Vishishta is the meaning of Rama. Then from this is Ekatva is Sankhya. So Ekatva you get from, so Ekatva Vishishta is Rama. Alright? Paka, cooking, and Ti is Kriti or volition. So the Kriti, Prayatna we call it. You are going to get the definition of all this. In this way, so these are meaning. So this is Pada and this is Padartha. Padartha, 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 Padartha. So Pada, Padartha. And then Padartha will be connected. Where Ekatva is? In Rama. So Rama, Ekatva, Ekatva is in Rama. Sankhya. Kriti also is in Rama. Kriti is Prayatna. Does it belong to the external world or internal world? Buddhi, Sukha, Dukkha, Ichha, Dvesha, Prayatna. They all reside in the Atman. So, Kriti is also in Rama. And this Kriti produces Paka. Isn't so? The Kriti, when there is a Kriti, then he will go to cook, no? And Paka will be produced. So this produces Paka. So the Nayayika will tell you that from this sentence what we understand is this. Paka Janaka Kritiman Ekatva Vishishta Rama. This will be the understand. So, Paka Janaka Kritiman Ekatva Vishishta Rama. And now you look into this. Is it not this fact? There is a person called Rama. He has a Kriti. He is a singular one. He is Kriti. Because of Kriti he has brought about cooking. So Paka Janaka Kritiman Rama Ekatva Vishishta. So Ekatva Vishishta Paka Janaka Kritiman Rama. This fact was known here, which was converted into sentence. And after decoding, this fact should be arrived at. This sentence contains this knowledge. I might have seen Rama cooking. So what Rama is doing? Rama Pachati, I say. I saw what is he doing? He Rama Pachati. So what did I see? I saw this. This fact I see here. Perception, pratyaksha. Suppose. And then I told Rama Pachati. So I encoded my knowledge into this sentence. Then it was received by him and he started decoding. And after decoding, what he got? Paka Janaka Kritiman Ekatva Vishishta Rama. This is what he understood. This is Vakyarthajnana. This is Vakya. This is Vakyarthajnana. Vakyarthajnana you can represent in this way. So Paka is this Paka, Janaka is this relationship. What is the Janaka of Paka? Kriti. Kriti is where? In Rama. So Kritiman, Rama. And Rama is one or many? One. So Ekatva Vishishta, Ekatva Vishishta. Are you getting me? So, then there will be samvada now. Because this is the fact which was understood, which was known by perception and put into a sentence. After decoding, the hearer or the reader reached this fact. So this is the W which was known and put into Vakya, and after decoding the same W appeared here. So then what happened? There is samvada, rapport. So there is a rapport between the speaker and the hearer, writer and reader. So what is Shabdabodha Prakriya then? Shabdabodha Prakriya is decoding. From Shabda, that is from Vakya up to Vakyarthajnana. This is the Prakriya. So from Vakya you come to, this is Vakyarthajnana. This is Vakya, this is Vakyartha. When this is known, we have a Shabda Bodha. Shabda Janya Bodha. Shabda is what? Vakya. Vakyajanya bodha. A bodha, an understanding produced by Vakya. In doing this, certain factors are necessary. And those factors he is now discussing. Akanksha, yogyata, sannidhischa, vakyarthajnanahetu. From Vakya, Vakyarthajnana will emerge, provided these factors are there. What are those factors? Akanksha is there. The sentence should be syntactically well formed. So, first requirement is this, that this sentence must be syntactically sound. Now, just for fun, I can tell you, suppose if I write all the padas are there, pada samuho vakyam. So, this is a pada, this is a pada. Here also this is a pada, this is a pada. I change that. Will it mean anything? Will it take me further? So, if it is a Sanskrit language, it has to follow the rules of syntax of Sanskrit language. If it is English language, it has to follow the rules of syntax of English language. So, it should be syntactically well formed. This is the meaning of Akanksha. Syntactically well formedness is a requirement. You see, when the child is learning a language and is unable to pronounce properly, but you understand. Why? Because you correct form you imagine. If he has not uttered correct form, for your understanding you bring the correct forms. So it has to be syntactically all right. Then only you can understand. So it is not the case that the child is using wrong sentences and wrong sentences creating understanding. No. The wrong sentences are made syntactically correct sentences by the hearer or listener or the reader. And then understanding begins. This is the demand of the Nyaya analysis. So, Akanksha should be one factor. Another factor is Yogyata. Now, Yogyata should be that this is Padartha and this is a Padartha. What is Padartha? Padasya Artha. Meaning of a Pada. So, Rama is a Pada, this is Padartha. Are you getting me? This is Prathama Vibhakti, is a Pada. This is the meaning of that. Alright? Now, these meanings are to be related. It cannot hang like this, Because fact is not unrelated, fact is all related. This is the fact. So, the facts are all related. So, whatever meaning will come should be relatable. One meaning should be relatable to other meaning. as per the reality. I cannot relate anything to anything. Why I cannot relate? Because this was not intended by the speaker. Speaker is presenting a fact, and that fact is related entities. So, the meanings which will be coming from these padas, they should be mutually relatable. All examples have been given, you will understand right now. So, second condition is this. The meaning should be fit to be related. This is called yogyata, compatibility. And the third factor which is required is sannidhi. Sannidhi is proximity. Now, today I said Rama, and after 2 days I say Pachati. Will you understand Rama Pachati? Rama, today, after 2 days Pachati, and I want to say Rama Pachati. You say Pachati, you will ask, Kaha Pachati, who is? Gone. So, for utterance, some time gap is required. More than that is not allowed. So, the permissible time gap should be there, not more than that. And permissible time gap is called proximity, sannidhi, together. So, between two padas, the time gap should be permitted time gap, not more than that. These three factors when present in the sentence, then the sentence decoding can begin. And we can come where? Vakyarthajnana, Shabdabodha. So from Vakya to Vakyartha, from Vakya Jnana to Vakyartha Jnana. This journey is Shabdabodha Prakriya. Is it okay? Now you will understand. Padasya Padantara Vyatireka Prayukta Anvaya Ananubhavakatvam Akanksha. The language is Nabhinyaya language, but I explained it to you in a simple language. It is the same thing. He says, one pada cannot generate the understanding of the meaning of it. One pada, it cannot generate the understanding of its meaning related with the meaning of other pada. When? When there is akanksha. If there is akanksha, then only it is possible. Without that, it is not possible. So, in the presence of akanksha alone, one pada is kept. So, if this is in this order, it cannot. It does not need this, it does not need this. So, by itself it cannot communicate. It requires this here. So, without this, this is not capable of generating the knowledge that Rama is related to Ekatva. Similarly, even this, without this verbal form, this is not capable of doing anything. Similarly, without this, this root also is not capable of generating its meaning. So, all this together, I told you, it is nothing but syntactic well-formedness. So, syntax should be proper. that syntactical formation is required. That knowledge is required. So padasya, ekasya padasya, padantara, without another pada, vyatireka means without. So padantara vyatireka, without the another pada, anvaya ananubhavakatvam. The relationship cannot be, the knowledge of anubhava is knowledge. Ananubhavakatvam, it cannot generate that knowledge without the other. This mutual expectancy is called akanksha. So this mutual expectancy is syntactical well-formedness. That's all. It's a syntax which contributes to this state. You read the translation and notes, okay. Artha abadho yogyata. What is yogyata? Yogyata is the compatibility of relating one meaning with the another meaning. Two meanings should be relatable. From example, and all examples will be given. Then what is sannidhi? Sannidhi is padanam avilambena ucharanam sannidhi. All the padas are to be uttered with a permissible gap, not more than that. So, with permissible gap, the padas of the sentence should be uttered. More than that, it will not generate Shabdabodha. Akanksha rahitam vakyam apramanam. Where there is no akanksha, such a sentence cannot be called a Shabda Pramana. For example, you go on mentioning the whole thing. Gohu, Ashvaha, Purushaha, Hasti. Does Gohu requires Hasti? Does Hasti require Purusha? Like that. So unrelated. There is no syntax. There is no syntax here. And therefore it is not syntactical. So there is no sentence hood here. There is no well-formedness. Syntactically, well-formedness is not there. And therefore it cannot generate Shabdabodha. Okay. Similarly, so yatha shvaha purushanam. This is not pramana. This cannot be called Shabda Pramana because akanksha virahat. There is no akanksha. There is no syntax here. There is no syntactical well-formedness here. That one pada does not require. If I say I eat rice, okay, so I eat. So I requires eat. Eat requires what object? Rice. So they are syntactically related. So wherever there is syntactically well-formedness, from such a sentence, the Shabdabodha will emerge, not without that. Similarly, Agnina Sinchati, somebody says, okay, let us water the plant in the garden with fire. So he is watering the plant with fire. Now, Sechana Kriya, the sprinkling of water, is it possible with fire? If you want to kill them, you do that. But what is the purpose of Sinchana? They should grow, they should be healthy, they should survive. Which is the purpose of Sinchana? Will that be achieved if you start sprinkling? So, Agni cannot be related as an instrument of Seka Kriya, Sechana Kriya. And therefore, there is no yogyata between Agni and Sechana Kriya. There is no compatibility that we can achieve the growth of the plant by sprinkling them with fire. There is no relatability, so you cannot relate. So Agni cannot be the karana, instrument of sech. Iti na pramana. Why? Yogyata virahat. Because there is no compatibility. Similarly, prahare prahare asaha uccharitani gam anaya ityadi padani. So in every 4 hours, first you say gam, wait for 4 hours. Again you say anaya, wait for 4 hours, something like that. If you go on doing this, uttering the parts of the padas with an interval more than necessary, remember always, one pada and another pada ucharana requires some gap, but not more than that is desirable. If it is more than that, it will not create the knowledge of Vakya, and no Shabdabodha Prakriya will begin. So to begin the Shabdabodha Prakriya, therefore, time also is a factor, gap also is a factor, temporal gap also is a factor, and that is being present. So prahare prahare, not together, asaha ucharitani, uttered but not together, one by one, gam, anaya, ityadi padani, na pramanam. Such sentences also will not be called pramana because there is no sannidhi, proximity. So temporal proximity also is a factor. So these three things, so padasamuho vakyam is okay, coupled with these three factors. So padasamuha vakya added with these three factors will create the Shabdabodha, will generate the Shabdabodha, will create the facility of decoding, and then the listener or the reader will arrive at the Shabdabodha from the Vakya. Is okay? Okay. So let me put for your this thing little. Let me make an universal model of decoding again. This is what is happening according to Nyaya. So suppose a sentence has been uttered and it has been received by a person. After receiving, he receives in this form. So suppose this is a sentence, pada samuha vakyam. There are 4 padas, A, B, C and D. So this is a sentence uttered by the speaker. Now when he receives in this form. Who can receive in this form? One who knows the language. Then only he will be able to identify meaningful units. So a reader will receive the sentence in this form, means he will identify the meaningful units. So A is meaningful, B is meaning. So as I say, Rama Pachati say. So Rama, B is Prathama Vibhakti, C is Dhatu, D is Kriya Vibhakti, Tip Vibhakti. He could, because I know Sanskrit, you know Sanskrit. One does not know Sanskrit. Will you be able to receive like that? Where to cut? Is it possible? So, receiving the sentence by the reader should be in this form. So, what jnana he has now? Padajnana he has. He has padajnana. And then the pakriya will begin now. And then he will go to the next step. From A, he will remember its meaning. From B, he will remember its meaning. From C, he will remember its meaning. And from D, he will remember its meaning. This is the second stage. So, pada, padartha, pada, padartha, pada, padartha, pada, padartha. There will be smaran. All these things we teach in the next level and subsequent level. In the Shabda Khanda, when we will be taught, in the level 2 of Navinaya Bhasha Pradipa, the theory of understanding will be presented to you in this way. But just one glimpse that I am giving you. So from pada comes to, this is remembrance. He remembered the meanings. Then, when can he remember the meaning? Provided he has knowledge of this relationship. Now, yesterday, Anumanu we were doing Dhuma Jnana, and then Dvitiya Dhuma Darshana, and then Vyaptis. Why? Because between Dhuma and Bani, there is a relationship. So, when there is a knowledge of relationship, and Eka Sambandhi Jnanam, Apara Sambandhi Smarakam Bhavati. So, in the same way, I have a knowledge of relationship, Eka Sambandhi is Pada, another Sambandhi is Artha. So, by knowing Pada, we will remember Artha. Padartha Smarana will take place. So, all the meanings will be remembered like that. So, that is why Shakti, let us say, Shakti is Pada Padartha Sambandha. Okay. Sometimes you need to extend also. So, Lakshana you require. In Sahitya, Vyanjana you require. These are all relationship. So, if you have knowledge of relationship, from Padajnana, you will have remembrance of Artha. Then you will go to the third. Now, maybe that one word has got many meanings and you know them. So, all the meanings will come to your mind. But all are not intended by the speaker at a time. One meaning is intended, other meaning is not intended. So, you have to choose intended meaning. So, there may be a case that A gives many meanings. Double dash, N dash. So many meanings will come to your mind, but you will have to choose one out of the many. And how can you choose? For that you need to know the intention of the speaker. Tatparya jnana is required. So with what intention he is using this word, unless I know, I cannot choose the intended meaning of the speaker. So there will be selection. After you have identified the intended meaning, then all the meanings are to be related. So A dash related to B dash, related to C dash, related to D dash, and then when these related meanings will become the Vishaya of Jnana. So this will be called Shabda Bodha. So this is Shabda Bodha Prakriya. This is universal. Not only with Sanskrit language, not only with any specific language, any language in the world that a human being speaks, decoding takes place on like this. So this is the prakriya through which the listener goes, the reader goes. When he receives the sentence, when he reads the sentence, the process begins. This is Shabda Pramana. So this is Shabda, is Vakya, and Vakyartha is obtained, Vakyartha Jnana is obtained through this method. So it is not restricted, this theory is not any language specific, culture specific, region specific, time specific, but universal. we need excited scholars to jump on this thing. Now, machine translation, for example. Can you not use this? Do they not do decoding, encoding? It is their terms I am using. So from one language to another language, when you want to translate, machine tools can be prepared. Machine translation tools can be done with the help of such things. And this is I am presenting only of Nyaya. Vakyarthajnanahetu has contributed. The Purva Mimamsa has contributed in this area. So much knowledge is stored with us. Somebody should enter, will have to enter, no? And these are all in Sanskrit. So you first learn Sanskrit. What can you do without that? Today somebody sent me one message that in German universities, I think you should tell me, some report has appeared in the newspaper on 15th of April that German universities are not capable of meeting the demands for learning Sanskrit. So the classes for Sanskrit are taking place in Switzerland, Italy. There is so many applications, they are unable to provide all. So it can happen in Germany, it can happen in Switzerland, but it cannot happen here. So after some time, you, for learning Sanskrit, you call them. So that so much time you sleep. And then Kumbhakarna, you get up and take all the band baja and celebrate. Kasyagrata hrudyatam. So, I hope some idea you got of. So, this is Shabda Pramana and this is Shabda Bodha Prakriya. So, Pramana is a process, now you believe. So, Pratyaksha Pramana is a process, Upamana Pramana is a process, Anumana Pramana is a process, Shabda Pramana is a process. So, through these processes we acquire knowledge. So, it will become Prama. This is Prama, Shabda Prama, Shabda Bodha Prama. This Shabda Prama, why it is Prama? Because what has appeared is a fact. It should be a fact. The outside world was known, was put into the sentence. After decoding, we have arrived at the same word. And hence, this is also Prama. So, only direct knowledge is Prama is not the case. Indirect knowledge also can be a Prama. This is the stand of the Nyaya system.